Hello, Super Metroid fans, and welcome to Speedrunners Arena. We've got Staggered Mayhem Showcase race for you coming up very soon for y'all. Hopefully, you're just as excited about it as I am. So, in our race today, we have 00713, OK Beamer, Fat Scott 25, Break Jake, and E Holden. All very experienced, very good Super Metroid racers. And I am very excited to go. I don't know how many racers we have right there. I know for a fact that OK Beamer is going to race and watch the restream. Looks like we have Holden in it too, so pretty awesome, pretty awesome. So I was really very happy with the return of the Staggered Mayhem Showcase. It was formerly known under a different name. But basically, the idea is that it's a handicapped race. So you can see in the bottom right corner of your screen, we have the runner's personal best time and then the offset. So that'll show you exactly how the first runner starts that the rest of our runners will be joining. And the idea is that if every racer, every runner was to run their very best race, they would all end up at Mother Brain at about the same time and potentially conclude the match at the same time. So it's pretty awesome to watch until you start. And no faith. All right, we got some jokers in the chat. I appreciate it. And I'm really happy to be on the mic. Really happy to be on the mic. I've not gotten a chance to commentate one of these handicap races yet. I have ran in several of them at something that I really enjoyed when we did it last season, so I'm glad we could bring it back. Matter of fact, I got to toot my own horn for a minute. I did win the GT Classic SMS 2 weeks ago. So, but, that was because Firebat started like 4 minutes after I did. Otherwise, I would have lost by about, 40, 50 seconds, maybe a minute. So, but these are super fun. I mean, it allows runners that aren't quite as fast as some of the others to have a chance to get a win and pick up a little bit of bragging rights. And it's just really, I feel like it's just a really fun community event. So hopefully in the future, more people will get involved in running these races. So I was going to race in this race, but I really couldn't commit to the time. I didn't really think I'd have it. And since I did, I get a chance to do some commentary here, watch my pals put on a good show for us all. The category for our Staggered Mayhem Showcase is any percent. Any percent is it's one of my favorite categories to watch. I know people have heard me say like, I'm not a fan, and I make jokes, and I get on the case of any percent from time to time. As a fan of Super Metroid and as somebody who watches Super Metroid, I really enjoy it. So that's pretty great. And it looks like we have Zero getting ready to start. So we might be ready to go. So the offset time for OK Beamer is 5 minutes and 55 seconds. So you will see Beamer start 5 minutes after Zero starts. So that's pretty great. And I have chat opened on one device. I have my restream here that is opened on another device. And I'm not in the race room, so I am not entirely sure when we're going to start. Because I haven't done commentary in a while, and I forgot that staying in the race room is cool. But I can't do two things at once on this tablet. So I don't know what everybody's knowledge is in the chat as to exactly what an any percent race consists of. Basically, it is just that. You get as few items as you personally need to survive this run. And then you get to the finish game, and you get to the finish line, and you beat the race. So if we look at it, we have a very wide range of personal bests. So I think what we're going to be looking at is those that can catch up. Oh, look, we have a timer in the bottom right-hand corner. It's probably Zero's timer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. You have to start, Zero.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I mean, I
One.
see motion on the screen, so we're
Go.
probably going to get going here pretty soon. This is going to be a very bad series time for Zero, I'm sorry to say. 30 seconds already, and we haven't even made it through the first blue room. We'll see. I almost wonder if I made Zero stop right there. But anyways, we're going to go through Series Station. We've got dead scientists on the floor. It's very blue. You'd think blue would be soothing, but that noise in the background, I think, just kind of makes it a little bit eerie. And then here we have our friend, the baby Metroid from Metroid 2, which I know absolutely nothing about, so I'm going to keep my commentary focused on Super Metroid, the third installment in the Metroid series. Right now, Samus is taking a on purpose beating by Ridley. The idea is get hecked as quick as you can and then get out of dodge. So runners are going to see who has the best series time. When we watch Series Station, we look at that timer right now that's running down, and most of us are looking to get elevator times between, like, say, 40 and 44. Better runners might be looking to get 45s and 46s. I've personally only gotten maybe 10 or less 45s in my career. I average around a 44, and that's a pretty good time. It's not a great time. Zero's going to be putting in hopefully a 41. Solid right there. So you got to deal with a lot of that steam, and that steam can be kind of tricky sometimes as you're going through the run. And not only that, but the higher you jump to get to a platform, the longer it's going to take you to get on that platform. So ledge grabs are a must if you want to put in some seriously good times at a place like Series Station. So, and now that I see on chat, sorry about that, Zero. I didn't mean to trip you up there. And WJG giving us a solid explanation of the timer in the window there. But you know what? I'm not even going to be as concerned with the timer as I'm going to be with really enjoying the show. So we have roughly 3 minutes and 55 seconds, a little bit less than that, or a little bit more than that, before Beamer comes and joins us. So that should give Zero enough time to most likely save at the ship. That'll give Zero enough time to get down to early supers. Hopefully, well, get to the elevator before early supers, hopefully. Actually, that would be a hell of an elevator time. That would be great. Making our way to Morph Ball. Couldn't tell if Zero had Moonfall engaged or forgot to turn it on and tried to do a Moonfall. But anyways, we're going to go through the pit room. We're going to go and get Morph Ball. Morph Ball is something that we seriously need for progression, or we're going to be very limited in how we can proceed into this game. You're setting up for item collection. Certain items that you're going to pick up are going to give you access to other areas of the game that you couldn't get to otherwise. So the first part of our match, you're going to see just a lot of item collection. We're going to see our first boss pretty soon. I'm pretty certain that Zero will be doing a grade first any percent, which is called the KPDR route. Grade Fantoon, Dragon Ridley. Boy, I've run a lot of categories. I don't even know if I've said that right. I know we have at least one quote unquote new route runner in this race, and we are expecting Holden to do new route, but it's not really new anymore. It's been known for quite a long time. So from here on, I'm going to refer to it as bold route, because you have to be quite a guy, quite a gal, quite a they, quite a person to run new route. That's very, very volatile, even for an any percent category, which is already, kind of volatile, because I think runners take a lot of risks. They don't want to pick up a lot of items. But we'll see. Yeah, new route is the route of many deaths. That's you can put that in parentheses underneath bold route or something like that. Something like that. And probably the category where Fantoon earned the Ghost with the most resets title. So, but anyway, Zero making their way up the climb, and he's just going to be blasting these pirates out of the way. Wants to try to keep his health as best as he can, so that Zero can get good drops from Bomb Terizo. Having a little bit of trouble with those wall jumps. So this is one of the most technical rooms in the game as far as optimal execution is concerned. So, don't throw any shade at Zero. That is a really difficult room to do, and usually the runners feel a lot better when they just get through that, get to Bomb Terizo, and then the real meat and potatoes of the run can start. Really good dodge there from that scree. So Zero avoids taking damage. So he's going to get into BT with full health, and so you're going to missile the door. And BT is where our bombs are found. So these bombs will allow us access to more areas of the game. So while Zero is getting ready for his Bomb Terizo fight, we have OK Beamer going to start right now. So OK Beamer having a PB of a 56.40. So we'll see. This is one of the exciting parts about the Staggered Mayhem Showcase is each racer that starts, you get to see how well they execute the game by how close they catch up to the runner that went before them. So that's I really think that's an absolutely neat feature, and one of the reasons why these Staggered Mayhem Showcases are so exciting. Zero making pretty easy work of Bomb Terizo. And we're going to get to the trick that makes this speed run possible. Zero is going to make his way through Alcatraz Escape and then go down through the Terminator room and, look to go into Green Brinstar and pick up early supers. Having a little trouble in Alcatraz right now, which is understandable. That's a very fickle skill. Sometimes it can just leave you for no reason. And this is called the Terminator room for two different reasons. Zero's going to run down and just shoot everything in sight, kill, 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 and he'll also be back later. Says the Terminator says, I'll be back. That's what Samus says right here, because that'll be the last room you go into on your way into G4. So not too far after Beamer starts, in probably another 2 or 3 minutes, we'll have Fat Scott getting started. Fat Scott just finally working really hard, pushing that PB under a 53. It's a really solid time. Here it is, the early supers mock ball, one of the marquee skills in any percent or pretty much any major category of this game. You're going to mock ball, you're going to go straight through there, maintaining your run speed while in ball form, and get these super missiles. This allows us to skip Spore Spawn. Skipping the Spore Spawn fight can save several minutes of time. So this sequence break is probably the second largest sequence break in an any percent Super Metroid. The other major one, which is actually the biggest time save of all, is getting Wave Beam. So this run is made possible by doing unintended strats by the developers. Although I would say a lot of them, there's a lot of intended stuff. I think the developers absolutely intended you to be able to sequence break in this game. Otherwise, why would it be so easy? Little missile grab from Zero right there. If we want to talk about artillery, our runners are going to be picking up at least 15, but probably 20 or 25 missiles. You're going to pick up 2 or 3 super packs, depending on if the racers want a safety or not, and 1 pack of power bombs. Could potentially see a second pack of power bombs picked up, although it is not likely. Zero going to make their way into Green Brinstar Green Hill Zone, named after Sonic the Hedgehog. This is one of my favorite rooms. I like to think of it as a dance. The way you get that nice, beautiful mock ball like Zero did. Didn't go for the damage boost off the Zebo right there, but getting past those side hoppers, no problem. Going to make their way to New Bridge. Called New Bridge because this is where most of us learned that there's actually a run button in this game, which makes you go fast. I think that took me like a full 30 minutes. I backtracked all the way up, go, what did I miss? What did I miss? And then I looked on the internet and it said, there's a dash button in this game. I had no idea. So, and that was all it took for me to get hooked and addicted to this game, that first like 10 minutes there. Anyways, we got Fat Scott started. Okay, Beamer making his way to the climb. Zero skipping the scree boost. Let's see if Zero picks up Spazer. Spazer is a very popular safety, and yes, thank you for picking up that Spazer, otherwise known as the Sephi beam, because we all know that Sephi absolutely loves Spazer. Kappa. I think I actually have Spazer named Sephi beam in one of my splits. But I'm all with Zero right there. So I still pick up Spazer in my 80% run. I play a lot of categories that would just be way too difficult without Spazer, so I'm a big fan. It's an excellent early game safety. You get a lot of extra damage output from the Spazer. The beam is a little bit wider, so it's easier to hit enemies. And it's absolutely a recommended pickup for anybody that's starting to learn how to play this game, whether you're speedrunning it or not. So Zero having to do a very technical wall jump right there to get in that mouth there, which will take us to Kraid's lair. And I don't know if Zero's feeling it already, but every time I get ready to go to Kraid's lair, I wonder, am I going to get this quick kill? So I believe Kraid has like maybe 1,000. Oh, Zero. Oh no. Poor Zero shot that door. See, that's the other thing. That's why people say hex Spazer, because the beam is extra wide, and sometimes you can get kind of, bad luck like that and shoot something unintended. But Zero making his way down Kraid hallway. Gonna have to be very careful of Mini Kraid acts. Mini Kraid does. Oh no, Zero. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a one-hit KO right there. With the amount of energy Zero did, that was an unbelievable save, because Mini Kraid is no joke. If Samus's hitbox was one sprite, like one pixel over, Zero would be starting over. Oh, jeez. I've totally died at Mini Kraid at least twice in a race, and it just felt so stupid doing it. But I mean, you're used to running through that hallway, and this is probably way less health than Zero would typically have here. Beautifully executed Kraid quick kill with the charge. There's a lot of different ways to set that up. I think you tend to see charge as one of the more reliable setups. And I mean, I use the 2 missile 3 super version, and like I'm pretty good at it, but I probably miss it more often than people who opt for the charge shot. The charge shot is technically it can be slower. It's not the optimal way of doing it, because there's extra lag on Kraid when you're charging that beam, whereas if you're not using the charge method, you can just kind of basically stay in morph so that there's less lag on the screen. So charge quick kill can be about 1 second slower, but if you're going to nail it, it's a really consistent setup. Use it. Zero gets out of the party room okay, remembers to morph off that wall. You don't jump through that the door before the party room, and you don't jump through that door. Those key hunters are somewhat more aggressive for some reason. And this is a really great safety tank for Zero right now. A lot of runners that run like 3 and 4 tank 80% routes will sometimes skip the Kraid tank because of the door transition, and you get the Batuni tank later in the run, you get the Ridley tank later in the run, but it's very most runners, I would say, that are not sub 50 yet are most likely picking up the Kraid tank. I pick it up myself. It's a really great early game safety, and you don't have to worry so much about the Phantoon fight, which is our second boss. And I missed it. Break Jake is off. Break Jake is started. About to pick up Morph Ball. Fat Scott is heading to the climb. We've got OK Beamer getting the charge beam. So here I was focused in on Zero, and I got to give these other runners some good attention right here. So Break Jake has a PB of a 51.13. So that's roughly 11 minutes after our first runner started. So you can look at the stats over there in the bottom right of your screen. See Fat Scott making their way through the parlor as Beamer is going across New Bridge. Break Jake picking up those awakening missiles. And here's where the action's about to heat up. All right, so if we take a look at Break Jake started only about let's see, only about a minute and 15 or so, a minute and 10 seconds or a minute and 8 seconds after Fat Scott did. So it'd be really interesting to see how close they catch up. So their movement's going to have to be pretty tight. Meanwhile, Zero has quite a commanding lead right now, if you think about it, because Zero has a boss down, has a lot more artillery. But looking at how Beamer's moving, Zero's going to have to tighten up their movement a little bit, because you're just seeing Beamer right now is already about to head to Kraid. So with an offset of 5 minutes and 55 seconds, I would think Beamer has probably made up at least 2 minutes of that time strictly through movement alone. So we'll have to keep an eye on the clock and check that out. So, but it will rely on OK Beamer getting the Kraid quick kill. So if Beamer doesn't get that Kraid quick kill, then, they won't be able to make up any time on Zero. I saw Zero practicing Bubble Mound earlier. This is a really tricky room. You have to do these wall jumps to get right around who we call King Cack right there, because that just kills your time. Cack can get in the way. I started going to a pseudo spark method, which is where you charge a shot. You can kill the enemy while you're doing the spin jump. I think that's a pretty good strat to get up there and not have to worry so much about getting hit by the Cack attack. Meanwhile, Beamer, here we go, getting ready for the Kraid quick kill. But after we see this, after we see if Beamer gets this, I want to talk a little bit about what Zero is going to do next. Ooh, Beamer missing that. All right, so that's good. So that's good for Zero. So that gives Zero a chance to stay in the lead, not worry about Beamer catching up. And Beamer's probably going to lose a little bit of that time on Zero. Simply for, you see this animation right here. You see how long this takes. You have to wait for Kraid to open his mouth up. Beamer deals with it no problem, but that fight was probably a good solid 30 seconds slower than the one we saw Zero have. So Fat Scott going to pick up his early super missiles, and Break Jake is going to be jumping through Alcatraz and going to go through all the stuff we've already seen the other runners do. Nothing too interesting happening right there. Except we're just trying to see how good is their movement, how much are they catching up on the other runner. And we have E. Holden starting, and E. Holden is going to do the biggest route deviation of all. I am judging by PBs. I don't know if Break Jake does new route or not, old route. I know Fat Scott is going to be doing Kraid first run. E. Holden is doing a run where we're going to see Fantoon, a boss that Zero hasn't even gotten to yet. Fantoon will be the first boss, and then after that, Holden's going to have to do all the stuff that Zero has done before Fantoon. All right, so this sequence break that Zero is doing right now, this is the biggest sequence in the break in the game. Because typically you would need the game expects you to have grapple beam to get wave beam, but they also expect you to get ice, which Zero doesn't even have yet, and go all the way up and get power bombs, which is where Zero is going to go, then go all the way down and fight Croc, and then go all the way over there with grapple. That's like 10 minutes of running right there. So that skip that Zero did just to get that wave beam, that saves a significant amount of time, and all these runners are going to be doing that. I think the only route deviation we're going to see is from E. Holden, potentially even Break Jake, but we'll find out momentarily. But Holden's going to be running a very, very dangerous route, so and optimally is about 2 minutes faster than the KPDR route, but you need way, 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 way more ability to get through the route. All right. There's a lot of action going on right here. We're going to see Zero is going to go up Red Tower. I don't expect Zero to pick up Ice Beam. Oh, there we go. Zero is going to skip Ice Beam. So skipping Ice Beam, Zero is going to have to do a climb on Red Tower with these enemies called Rippers and try to successfully navigate through that area without getting beat up too quickly. So he can get to his power bombs. Not getting Ice Beam is another sequence break for this game. There we go. Break Jake with a very solid D-boost down Green Hill Zone. I want to take a look right here. So Fat Scott getting ready to enter Kraid's lair. Let's look at the timer. Roughly 20 minutes and 18 seconds, give or take. So we'll see just how close Break Jake is, see if Break Jake has made up any of the time from that almost 2-minute offset. Oh, not gonna be able to do that getting caught by those yapping maws. Neither one of our racers, Fat Scott nor Break Jake, having just as much trouble with energy at Kraid as Zero had. Oh, Zero just missing that wall jump to get up Red Tower. Beamer getting over King Cack, no problem. Fat Scott setting up for the Kraid quick kill. Holden getting Morph Ball. All right, so what do we got? 45 seconds? I think Break Jake is only about 45, 50 seconds behind Fat Scott. So this quick kill, which Scott nailed, Break Jake is going to have to nail that quick kill if they want to get close to catching up with Fat Scott. Beamer picking up Speed Booster, going to help him make a little bit of time up on Zero. Zero already getting to the Power Bomb room. Let's see how the Vileplumes treat Zero today. Saw Zero was having a little bit of difficulty with this earlier. And gets caught by the Vileplume, but a pretty solid damage boost. Going to get these Power Bombs. Break Jake setting up for the Kraid quick kill, and Beamer farming. What a terrible super count for Beamer. Fat Scott being very careful coming out of Kraid's hallway. Break Jake nailing that quick kill. Holden getting ready for BT. Holden's got full health, should be able to get good drops from BT, provided they're standing on the right pixel to get BT to jump early. Break Jake getting the Varia suit, protecting from heat damage, which is from the area that OK Beamer is in right now. We call that Upper North Fair. Fat Scott going with the Kraid E-Tank. And judging by the amount of E-Tanks Beamer has, Beamer also picked up the Kraid tank. So we're going to see if Break Jake is also going to pick up the Kraid tank. So you got about 3 seconds per door transition, and then another 6.66 seconds for the item fanfare. So that's about how much it costs to get that item. But that item, if you have more health, you can play a little riskier in the game. So you could end up saving way more than that overall. So it's always kind of balancing risk versus reward. Beamer having no problem in double chamber. Gets a really nice wall jump from top of the Namahe. Zero, beautiful Shine Spark across the moat. Shine Spark is basically stored fast. So this area you would need like Grapple Beam, is the intended way to get there. None of our racers are going to fight Crocomire, get Grapple Beam. So if you don't know what that is, you're not going to see it anyways. So Zero entering in the wrecked ship, and this is where we're going to find the trolliest boss this side of Ridley. I actually think Ridley's trollier. But Fantoon is going to be the next boss that Zero's going to beat. And judging by where our runners are, I mean, Beamer, Fat Scott, Break Jake are all going to be doing the exact same route Zero is doing. The only differences we're going to see is a runner might pick up one more extra missile pack or something like that. It looks like they all have Spazer. It is possible. I think Fat Scott is probably going to pick up Ice Beam on the way up after getting Speed Booster. When Fat Scott comes through, that was the route they were talking about doing. E. Holden had a little bit of trouble getting into the early Supers room, but gets a nice drop off of the Zila right there. So GG Holden made it in there, and this is going to get pretty exciting. Right now, I really think Break Jake is closing in on Fat Scott a little bit. Beamer is grabbed by that yapping maw right there. Beamer has not really made up any time on Zero since they started losing time at Kraid, but hasn't lost a significant amount of time either. So basically cost them the time that they're able to get on, make up on Zero in the earliest part of the race. Fat Scott going down Speed Hallway. Going to pick up that Speed Booster. And again, like I said, I think Break Jake is closing in a little bit. Break Jake is only about 3 rooms away, although they're kind of long rooms, like this Rising Tide room that Break Jake is in right now. Doing a pretty good job navigating through there. Taking a little bit of damage, getting stuck in the acid. But going up Bubble Mountain, now Break Jake is about 2 rooms away. So you have Bubble Mountain and then Speed Hallway. So we're going to see a high 5 here if Break Jake can make it out. Ooh, King Cack giving a good beating the same way he got Zero earlier. Oh, gets King Cack with a beautiful, beautiful right side wall jump. Those wall jumps are really tight, but this is giving Fat Scott a chance to maintain their lead. Meanwhile, Holden is, oh my gosh, and Zero is fighting Fantoon Zero. Survive, buddy, survive. Oh no, oh no. Okay, good. All right, we're good. Zero survives. I'm sorry I didn't even get to that Fantoon fight right there with those patterns. There's just so much happening over in Bubble Mountain area. And here we have Holden. Holden is going up Red Tower right now. This is the sign that Holden's doing a Fantoon first round. There's no reason you would come up here to get power bombs now and then go fight Kraid. So we know that that's what Holden's doing, not just because he told me earlier. So there's our route deviation. So Holden's going to go in all the areas of the game that Zero's doing now, but going to have significantly less ammo, going to have less protection because the power suit doesn't offer nearly the same amount of protection against enemies as the Varia suit does. So less ammo, not going to have speed boosters. So Holden's going to have to do this very tricky bomb jump, or going to have to do something called a continuous wall jump to get across the moat, which is, you know, actually right where Beamer is right now. So we're going to see the difference in strats right now. Beamer is going to charge a Shine Spark and store Samus's fast and do this thing called a Shine Spark, just boom, just like that to get across the moat. Holden can't do that. Holden does not have speed booster. So Holden is going to have to, go through the moat a little bit differently. And then the way they're going to go in the wreck ship is going to be different. We see another, too high for OK Beamer. They're going to have to reset a little bit. And the Shine Sparks cost health. So, all right, come on, Holden, let's do this. Looks like maybe a little early, going to have to set up the bomb jump. So no CWJ. All right, so here we go. Lay a bomb, lay a bomb. Ooh, so every time you get dropped in the moat like that, it probably costs upwards of 15 seconds. And set up in the door. Nope. I can't even do a horizontal bomb jump, and Holden nails it second try, absolutely no problem. Beamer farming a little bit of health off of those atomics to make the Fantoon fight just a little bit more comfortable. So Fantoon, I believe, does 30 damage with the Varia suit per strike, and same thing with the flames. I'm sorry, with the Varia suit. With the power suit Holden has, it's going to do 60 damage per hit. And Fat Scott is picking up Ice Beam, so here's a route deviation. This is not a room we've seen so far from Zero. Zero and Beamer both skipped Ice Beam. I wonder if Beamer's going to set up for X Factors. Looks like just Doppler strats. Usually with Wave Beam, you'd expect to see X Factor strats, and that's a special beam combo with the Wave Beam, which is what Beamer turned on. Although Beamer could have skipped Spazer, and I might not have noticed. But Fat Scott did pick up Spazer, so did Break Jake, Zero. Holden will pick up Spazer simply because the way Bold Route works is these other runners are going to be picking up a beam called Plasma Beam later, and the way New Route works, you're not going to pick up Plasma Beam, and that's going to have a big effect on Lower Norfair. It's going to have a big effect on Mother Brain. It's okay, Beamer. I'm bad at X Factors too, and I'm also terrible at Fantoon. And that was a really solid, actually very nice executed Doppler strat at the end to get Fantoon right there. So GG. And right now we can see that getting Ice Beam, it looks like Break Jake has completely caught up to Fat Scott right now. But Fat Scott has gotten Ice Beam, and Break Jake hasn't. So that's something that Break Jake's going to have to go and get after Wreck Ship on the way down to Lower Norfair. So let's see. Oh, and here comes Holden on their Fantoon fight. Just killing it, crushing it right now. Fantoon is a nice shade of red. Probably, done. Boy, oh boy, so much going on. I'm missing all the good stuff. I mean, it's all good stuff, but I'm missing the gooder stuff. Zero coming out of Wreck Ship. Zero is going to be entering my favorite part of just about any race, as long as I'm playing it, is Meridia. That's an unpopular opinion for most people, but I love Meridia. And let's see, so we look at Zero, we look at Beamer. I would say that, nice clip through for Beamer. I'd say that Beamer had a rough Fantoon, but I'm certain that that Fantoon allowed them to gain a little bit of time on Zero. But this is really not good health in the attic. Beamer's going to have to be very careful because we saw from Zero earlier, Beamer's going to have to go through something called bowling, and you need a specific number of health to get through bowling. With Varia Suit, you can take 3 hits if you're at full health with no tanks. So 99 is the fewest amount of energy we want to go into bowling with. You can 2-jump it, but that's not a very reliable strat. So probably better that Beamer farms up a little bit. This is going to look really exciting between Break Jake and Fat Scott. If Break Jake can overtake Fat Scott right now, just by location, by proximity, they're going to have to make up like a good solid maybe 30 seconds or 50 seconds ahead of Fat Scott once they're done getting their Ice Beam, and that would put them ahead. Meanwhile, it's pretty cool to see where Holden is right now. I mean, if you didn't know what was going on and you were just watching the last minute or two here, you'd think Holden was really closing in fast. But Holden has Kraid to do later and the entirety of the Upper North Fair cleanup. Zero doing a beautiful Shine Spark in Everest, in Meridia. And we're going to see another one of our mini bosses in the game. We're going to see Toon, everybody's favorite water snake. I actually think Zero made up a solid minute on Beamer. But Zero's picking up the Aqueduct Supers, which is a really good safety. It's going to put Zero's super number up to 20, so I'm absolutely certain that Zero's going to survive, and it's also going to allow Zero to have a faster Ridley fight than probably some of our other runners. So it does take a lot of time to go out of your way and get those items because you have the fanfares to deal with. But not only that, if that allows Zero to get through Ridley faster, then it's faster for them. So that'll ensure that they get through the fight, ensure that they get through the match. And I'd say that's a good call. Good time to mention, follow our runners. All of our runners here play a lot of Randomizer, play a lot of vanilla Super Metroid. Some of us play multi-Troid, multi-world Super Metroid, so you're a big fan of Super Metroid in a lot of different categories and stuff. There's a great variety right here. Holden's got to be feeling good right now. Past the crab room. Has survived. Has defeated Fantoon. So for Holden, this run starts out very, very difficult. It's going to get really pretty easy all the way up until Lower North Fair. And so I'm curious to see if Holden decides to go for the Captain Picard route and choose to take out Kraid before going to Lower North Fair and doing Ridley. We'll have to see. But Holden will likely be doing Dragon last. There's also a hybrid route which does Dragon and then Kraid, but I don't expect we're going to see that. Having trouble going down Red Tower there. Farming a power bomb off of the B-Town there, which is a really smart strat. Because Holden wants to have at least one power bomb to break the tube, one power bomb to get into the aqueduct area, and I'd say Holden's going to... I would expect Holden does X-Factor strats in Batoon. Zero already making their way to Dragon. So very good. So I would bet that these supers are not only safeties for Ridley and Mother Brain, also safety for Dragon, student speed strats. There are a lot of different ways you can take out Dragon. These runners don't have the grapple beam, which is the intended way, but you can do a short charge up a Shine Spark like Zero just did, and you can, Dragon will take damage from your Shine Spark. There's also X-Factor strats you can do. I don't know if any of our runners will go for them on Dragon, but when they do, I'll call them out. Likely with Holden's PB, I would be absolutely certain that they do X-Factor strats on Dragon and Metroid. Nice spark charged up by Zero. Really good shot. I think Zero can pull this off in maybe one more round. Shine Sparks do take your health. Oh, come on. Shine Sparks do take health from you. Zero maybe trying to farm some goo. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Zero's going to power bomb the goo out of the way, try to pelt Dragon's belly with super missiles, and just like that. Really solid Dragon fight for Zero. GG. Beamer charging some shots, was low on supers, I think, coming into the Batoon fight. This is a really very long fight with just the wave beam. I did miss the opener. Fat Scott and Break Jake both making it out of wrecked ship with no problems. Holden going to get, ooh, missing that mock ball, Monka S. That's funny. Come on, Holden, get in there. So Holden's going to pick up Ice Beam. Let's keep track of inventory here. Beamer's going to farm up some supers, make the Dragon fight a little bit easier. Zero's space jumping across the Coliseum. Fat Scott is probably about 2 minutes behind Beamer. Break Jake still needs to pick up his Ice Beam. Fat Scott already has Ice Beam picked up. Very nice speedball coming out of, not speedball, mock ball coming out of Ice Escape for Holden right there. That's a really tough strat to pull off that fast. Scott missing the Flatley jump. Go on into Meridia. Makes it in there no problem anyways. Beamer getting ready to start their Dragon fight, and here's the big difference we're going to see. Zero is going to pick up a beam right now called Plasma Beam. You cannot access this beam until after you've killed Dragon. And it's so kind of out of the way that by the time Holden gets there, it won't help them that much as far as saving time. So, you know, this entire area that Zero's going to, Holden won't even have to. But anyways, Zero's going to pick up a Plasma Beam, which is going to be able to kill Mother Brain and Ridley with 20 charge shots with their full beam combo that they will have at that point. And 20 shots on Mother Brain, 20 shots on Mother Brain, 20 shots on Ridley, whereas Holden will have to do 60 shots. So that's the discrepancy in how the full beam combo plus the Ice Wave Spazer combo that Holden's going to have. So it'll be interesting to see how much Holden can catch up. You can see that there's a clear movement advantage there, even with the route that Holden's doing. Ooh, Beamer getting the Goop Spark right there. Goop Spark is a spark that doesn't go kind of like a wasted spark, but takes out Dragon, no problem. Hopefully Beamer gets at least one super drop from Dragon. Beamer's going to want that super drop to go right there where Zero's going right there. We call that the toilet. Break Jake getting ready for their Fantoon fight. I'm hoping for an X Factor strat. There we go. We got a nice decalled setup. Nailed all the particles. Oh, Break Jake, be careful. So I think had 36 health left. I think Break Jake could have taken one more hit from Batoon, but that was a little hairy. Meanwhile, Scott's setting up for the halfie. Gets it, no problem. This gets you across half the room. So those wall jumps were looking pretty tight. I bet Fat Scott can work their way to the full halfie, and that's a strat where you got to do a ledge grab and get in that room just a little bit faster, a little bit cleaner movement to get all the way across the room. So I still have yet to pull that off in a run, but that was pretty good, Scott. You looked pretty tight there. Let's see if Break Jake goes for the halfie. Ooh, Break Jake was setting up for the full halfie. Missed the ledge grab. So I would say at this case with Break Jake needing to pick up Ice Beam still, and discrepancy of where they are right now, I would say that the halfie saved Fat Scott almost 10 seconds for sure, and probably is roughly about a minute ahead of Break Jake, depending on how this Dragon fight goes. Zero finally picking up their Ice Beam. Beamer on his way to Plasma. Holden, nice chronic boost. Let's see here. So Holden's going to do a gravity jump. So taking off the gravity suit while you're at pausing the jump, it's going to eat up a little bit of health. But check this out now. Holden is going to Lower Norfair and skipped Craig. This is a little bit more dangerous. We're going to see a much different Lower Norfair from Holden than we're going to see the rest of the runners. I'm not even sure how to call this, but things are going to heat up for Holden a lot faster than the other racers, so let's focus there for a moment. Is Zero going to fight Croc? Why is Zero fighting Croc? This isn't any percent all bosses. Maybe Zero wants the protection of getting the extra E-Tank to go into Lower Norfair. Huh, that's interesting. It's definitely a safety, but I would say it's atypical of an any percent run. You wouldn't normally see runners go and fight Croc. Here's Holden doing the worst room in the game. Holden is a very experienced low ice runner, so this is an easier... Ooh, oh no. That's not good. That was a wonderful save right there. So that was a really good backup from Holden right there. I mean, that's called the worst room in the game, and it is exactly because of probably this category, this category and low percent ice, why this is called the worst room in the game. So very good. I mean, lost a little bit of time, but very successful there. And I want to say that I think Holden is ahead of Zero right now. I don't know. I think that Croc fight will make a really huge difference, because that's 2 minutes roughly that Zero's going to lose right there. And if Holden gets through this fight, I don't know. I think it's within a minute or two right now between our first runner to go and our last runner to go. I don't know. I think now's a good time to start speculating on who's ahead. I would say Break Jake is about 20 to 30 seconds behind Fat Scott at ice if their movement stays the same. And Beamer is probably 2 minutes or less ahead of Fat Scott. And it looks like Beamer's going down through the... Why would you take this route? That's interesting. I think Beamer is primarily, I should know this, primarily a rando player. So, I mean, this route is a fine route, 80%. Maybe, did Beamer forget Ice Beam? Please tell me Beamer didn't forget Ice Beam. All right, anyways, while we're thinking about that, I think Beamer forgot Ice Beam. Oh man. Anyways, Holden nailing an X Factor, definitely doing some damage on Ridley. You know, maybe Beamer's just going for the faster strat. I don't know. Interesting. Ooh. Here's where it's going to get a little bit hairy. So this Ridley fight is really tough. Is Zero doing any percent all bosses? I think that's what Zero's doing. I mean, it is an 80% category, but that's not the category we're playing. You know, Zero has been known to kill Shack Tool also, so I don't know. I don't even know how to call this. Oh no, Beamer did forget ice. So, oh geez, come on, Holden. This is bad. Oh, and Holden's got no saves. Come on, you can do this. Ridley, play nice. Ridley, play nice. I'm sweating. Oh! And Ridley was dead. That's so unfair. I'm pretty sure Ridley grabbed him in that. Actually, Holden, you didn't really play so bad. It's just things got a little dicey down at Ridley. I did think you took just a little bit extra damage down there, but thanks for coming out. I mean, they don't call it bold route for no reason. That's hard. Most humans, we don't go for that. So, but yeah, Holden is this very solid low ice runner, so I can absolutely understand being frustrated by that particular section. So, That pretty much, I'm guessing Holden is forfeited. Yes, I mean, our other runners could potentially die also. We haven't seen anybody take any saves except for Zero taking his random save at the ship that was already saved at the very beginning. But Zero is going to be able to just charge through the slower Norfair. It looks like Beamer's catching up, but we did establish in chat that Beamer forgot ice. So I think that's going to add at least 10 shots on the Ridley fight without the full beam combo. I think it's 30 shots with the beam combo that Beamer has right now on Ridley, whereas Zero will have a 20-shot fight. But the other advantage that Zero has on the other runners is Zero has like way more super missiles. So Zero could use quite a lot of super missiles on Ridley and have absolutely no problem with having the right amount of super missiles to go through terrain with no problem. This is going to be interesting. Zero's fighting these extra bosses, starting before everybody, not necessarily needing to, but these safeties that Zero's taking could potentially win him the match. Well, Holden, you lost the match, but you saved the baby. So we see it right there, happy and playful and not dead. I don't know if we can say the same from the other fellas. So we do have an official forfeit from Holden. So Super Metroid does not save your progress as you go. You have to physically go to a save station to save your progress. And since Holden did not do that, he would start from basically with the automatic save. The only time the game does that is when you get off a series station and you find yourself on planet Zebes. Fat Scott looked like they were going for the quick strat on the Metal Pirates, not getting it, but Fat Scott has made up a ton of time on Beamer. And of course, Beamer doesn't have the Ice Beam, so right there, Fat Scott pulls ahead of OK Beamer. And it looks like, actually, I gotta be honest here, looking at how close Fat Scott is, I didn't even notice it right now. I'm pretty sure that Fat Scott is gonna pull ahead of Zero, probably before he exits the Ridley fight, approximately at the same time. Wow. It's actually really good catching up there for Fat Scott. Ridley is down for Zero. Fat Scott running into a little bit of trouble. Ridley's being a little trolly. Beamer already having trouble with Ridley and also going to be underpowered here for what I would imagine they're used to with any percent. Break Jake not too far behind. Ooh, this Ridley fight, this health is... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no. This fight has just gone really bad for Fat Scott. Come on, you can... Oh no! Tell me it ain't so. Come on. No, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. Ridley! No. Ouch. Oh man, and Zero survives to be ahead. That was a pretty rough Ridley fight. Ouch. Fat Scott is forfeited from the race. Oh no, we lost Beamer. We've got him back. The game is living up to its reputation. Oh no, come on Beamer, you can do this. Oh my. How did he not get hit there? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh my God, are you kidding me? And another man goes down. Oh geez, Beamer. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, Break Jake is taking excessive damage. What is this game? Beamer is forfeited from the race. I'm so sorry. Come on, Jake, you can do this. I'm pretty sure that if Break Jake doesn't survive this race, that Zero's going to kill Shaq Tool for us just for his own personal enjoyment. Break Jake survives. Break Jake survives, so this will be interesting. And Jake is not taking the Ridley E-Tank. So I wonder if Break Jake is watching the restream or not, because if I just saw everybody else go down and I was that close to where Zero is, I'd probably take that Ridley E-Tank. I mean, with a 51-13, I'm sure Break Jake knows that they're going to have to get... But, it is Lower Norfair. I seriously don't know who's going to win this. You know, less than 30 seconds before he died, I would have called Fat Scott for the win. Holden had, he made it past there. Oh, the Skigas are being rough. Yeah, vanilla racing can totally be hard. I mean, I'm leaping on the other side of it and said, I feel like rando racing is hard. But that, you know, I play more vanilla, you play more rando, so that makes perfect sense. Very nice Wasteland speedball from Break Jake. It's too bad they took quite a while setting it up, but still a really cool strat and definitely worth getting on stream. All out there. Zero rolling like a freight train. I'm betting Zero's going to go kill Spore Spawn. I'm actually absolutely certain. Because why else would you go this way and not take Meridia? This is actually the classic route if you go through Green Hill Zone. Before they found through Meridia, this was the way that we get to G4, which is right by Turian. Now, Break Jake should be, nope. Break Jake is in trouble. Because we have the Three Musketeers, we've got, oh no. Oh no. Is Zero going to be the only one who has made it through the game? I've seen some volatile Super Metroid races, but I can't say that I've seen one where it's been a lot. Oh my gosh. One hit. No! Holy crap. I'm going to say it. Holy crap. I mean, Break Jake did not need to go that hard. You could have taken out the Key Hunters with, you could have taken out the Key Hunters with your beam combo. Yeah, you all died. Oh my god, Zero. I guess I picked the right person to focus on for like the entire first half of the
Ja,
race.
Leute.
Zero's been
Das
memeing
war's.
on us doing any percent all bosses in an any percent category for no other reason than, I don't know, swag? Is that swag? I think Zero just likes to kill things. Oh my gosh, getting hacked by Spore Spawn in their crappy hitbox. Break Jake has forfeited the race. I don't know. I don't even know if we can say y'all might want to stay near your screens for a minute because Zero hasn't taken a save either. So like they could totally die at Mother Brain. Zero, you should probably save before Mother Brain because if you die, then I think we'll all have to start this over again, and we'll you know it'll be the longest any percent Super Metroid race in the history of any percent Super Metroid races. Could you imagine if they all died? They all had to start from the ship. I mean, everybody could just quit out, I guess. If Zero dies, can I join the race? I don't know if I'll have time, but who knows? I'm so glad I was able to watch this. I got to be honest. I'm pretty tired. I'm not 100% myself today, but I have really enjoyed seeing this race. That's true. In game time for the win. but I'm really glad I was able to make it to this. I can't remember the last time I was in or saw a Super Metroid race where there was only one survivor left. It's cool. It's cool. I'm feeling good. I'm a little bit tired. I mean, anybody that's come to my streams know that I've been pretty busy lately with all I have going on in my life, but the attention isn't on me. The attention is on Zero. Zero's Energy 4 has proven to the Super Metroid Golden Gods that he has killed all 4 major bosses. Offers a sacrifice to I don't know, something. It's a really weird section of the game. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure how it really makes sense. Like, I think of it as like if it was actually real life and I was standing in the watching the statues, like, why on earth? Oh, I would love to take interviews, because other than that, if I don't have interviews, I'm just going to be blabbing my mouth away. Bring them all in. So we can chit-chat here while we're watching Zero wrap it up for us in Turian. Gonna have to get through all these Metroid rooms. Come on, Zero. I know there's a lot riding on it, but we're all counting on you. Come on in, y'all. Oh no. Please, Zero, don't die to Metroids. Welcome to the chat. Who do we have? What's going on, y'all? GG's. I'm afraid we might be seeing Zero die to Metroids. Oh no, okay. He's okay. All right. GG's, y'all. Who wants to talk first about their unfortunate disaster? Sorry.
I think I had the dumbest calamity, so let me start.
Get it.
I forgot to pick up Ice Beam.
Oh my.
You noticed? That was yesterday's part. So I was pretty face from that point on and lost my Ridley quite. Some stupid stuff before that, but it was fine, all in all. Let me just say, this was my pretty much my second ever KPDR run, or what you could call a speed run in any percent at this game. Was trying to survive, but it didn't work.
I mean, that's pretty bold, so I'm impressed. So, you know, it's just unfortunate luck there, but, you know, it happens. So you took the first death, or was it Holden? I can't remember who died first. Matter of fact, 3 of you died.
I
think Holden died first.
Yeah, then Scott and then me, right?
I think that was the order. Actually, Scott, you were just about to overtake Zero. You were both in the Ridley fight at exactly the same time, and then it's just like, holy cow, Ridley was awful to all of you today.
He was nice to me, and then I feel like I threw almost. I didn't mean to,
but. Well, yeah, the first half of the fight was pretty good, but it's just sometimes if you get you know, if you miss 1 or 2 shots, that Ridley's patterns can start to become very unpredictable.
At one point in the run, I was 50 seconds behind, and I got 2 bests on Phantoon and Dragon, and at Ridley I was 18 seconds ahead, and then I died.
Oh, jeez. Isn't that the way it works? By the way, we do have Zero saving at Mother Brain, so you guys won't have to unforfeit and get back in the race.
Yeah, I'm at like Morph Ball. I kept going for a little bit.
Yeah, Scott, you were actually on fire. You were looking really, really good. I definitely feel bad about that, but I'm gonna have to say, you know, you got your PB under 53, and it looks like you've got 51-50 potential pretty soon. So, I would keep grinding for sure.
Run, I think I could probably start going for sub 50 now. Once I switch to like late ice, no spazer, my just this run, my summon best went down a minute.
Oh wow.
Oui. Not bad.
Yeah, that sounds good. What do you think, Beamer? Are you gonna work on running any more vanilla categories, or you just gonna take this as nah, randos are my thing?
Randos are my thing. That's definitely my number one thing. But I might get more times in for another one of those SMS things. I tried doing Hundo, but I forgot an entire area of the game, so that didn't work. But I'll get a time in.
That's kind of like I feel how it goes when you're doing kind of learning any category. I kind of picked up from MM2 Nest Cartridge is a runner I know that has a split for every item in the game.
Yeah.
And so I definitely started kind of going with that for categories that I'm not that familiar with, and that was a big help.
That's helpful, for sure. All the splits that tell you where to go, basically. I don't want to use splits, actually. Like, not at all. Just have a timer running and that's it.
Actually, I
No,
think that's
just
kind
me.
of a much better way to play the game. For me, you know, I get so stressed running against splits. I actually like it when I'm in a race because I'll use just a generic timer instead of splits, and
Yeah.
it is a little bit yeah. But the hard thing is about that is you have a hard time figuring out. Oh, geez, Zero, what are you doing, dude? Sorry. I'm hoping Zero doesn't
I
get
know.
killed by Mother Brain. Okay, we're at 59 health. All right, he's gonna do this, I think.
That can happen, right? If there's the right
Yeah.
amount of potatoes and an onion ring at the wrong time.
Yeah, it totally can happen. That would just suck. So what do y'all thinking for next Staggered Mayhem showcase? Or y'all gonna try to join it out? I mean, this was our like more accessible one, but I think in 2 weeks it's you can vote on categories that you want to run. I'm gonna try to if I can.
I think I'm gonna vote Hundo probably, or GT Classic. I want to run it.
Yeah, they're both really fun. I love Hundo. If I wasn't sure I wouldn't be able to do this, I didn't think I'd be able to do this, so I would have definitely voted for Hundo. I love Hundo. I've only gotten I think 2 chances to race it, maybe.
If it's any percent next time, I might run 14% because it's technically any percent too.
Jeez.
I still haven't finished a 14% run in a race. I've gotten a Mother Brain like countless times, but I just like one time I even got 199 shots and then died to Mother Brain. I just can't do it for some reason.
So you're telling me that you have an easier time with the 200 shot Ridley fight? That's wild.
In a way, yes. It's kind of hard to explain, but you're more worried about survival than going fast, so you kind of get hit less.
Do you mean 200 shot Mother Brain? Or I didn't know.
Ridley.
Well, Ridley's less shots because you have the ammo, but if
Oh,
you use the
yeah.
ammo, it's also 200. They have the same amount of health.
Yeah, that's what I would. Yeah.
It's literally all your ammo against Ridley, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here running RBO and I'm terrified of low percent ice. So
I was
don't know how
actually
you
gonna
do
run
it.
low percent to get ready for RBO, but I still haven't run RBO ever.
Well, let me see. Maybe when you run RBO, maybe I'll consider possibly running low percent ice, but I'm not sure about that. So I strongly recommend it. I just finished my second run not too long ago, and I actually think the category's tons of fun. But like, you know, low percent ice, more power to you, and just watching you run new route. I think even going for this route in a race, regardless of how many times you finish it, it's always, you know, there's always like a strong potential you're going to die. So I got to give you a lot of credit for pulling that out in a race because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think. Especially if you skip the Ridley tank, that's like, if you take the Ridley tank, it becomes so much safer.
Yeah.
Especially when you do X factors like I do. If you get a 4X, you're taking 80 damage on Ridley, and you're gonna need to keep that health through one or for escape. So it's really tough.
What the heck is Zero doing? If he dies on purpose, come on, Zero.
What is he doing?
He's memeing. It's cool, man. It's cool. So let's see, Beamer. If you are you interested in any other vanilla categories other than Hundo and any percent?
I don't know yet. Maybe not. Let's see what comes up next week, and then at some point I decide if I go for it or not. That's what's gonna happen.
Ooh, Zero, dude. Oh gosh.
He's actually
No.
die.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
No.
No, he's fine as long as he doesn't miss a wall jump.
I'm gonna call that deliberate. Zero knows what he's doing, right? So
I hope.
So, well, I got to say, I think one of the most accessible, quote unquote accessible categories is GT Classic. You're a very good rando runner, Beamer, so you should have no problem with Lava Dive, Green Gate Glitch. I would say that out of the vanilla categories, that would probably be the one I would expect rando players to be the best at. Honestly.
You're probably right about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. All the difficulty is up front, but there's stuff you would spend a lot of time doing anyways, and I mean, then you're so powered up afterwards. The game is just easy.
Yeah, that's something I actually might do soon. Yeah.
Yeah, easy to complete, very very hard to optimize. That's really
I can imagine.
And then Holden, you're just gonna go. What's your grind for low percent ice? What is your end game?
Top 10. I've got on pace to Mother Brain once and I died, which is sad, but my PB right now is a 54.26, and to get top 10 I need a 53. Shiny Zenny has 54, he's 10th, I think.
Jeez. That's wild, man.
But honestly though, I should beat my PB pretty easily. I get a minute ahead at Ridley like half the time. It's just getting like a complete run super good is so hard, like especially Meridia. It's like,
what is he doing?
I was gonna say, I don't think Zero can finish this.
Oh no! Why is he doing this?
I don't know, because he's Zero. He wants to fight Mother Brain, I guess.
He doesn't want to take the pity win where we all forfeit.
Fair.
I mean, okay. I that's definitely sportsmanlike. Well, everybody, we went 0 for 5 today.
Yeah.
Does that mean who wins? E Holden?
Yeah, I win.
I guess if it's a forfeit match, I was gonna say I won because I got to watch this absolutely insane, wildest Super Metroid race that just that was great. I want to thank you all for coming down today and playing. We could probably get Zero here for an interview. I guess I could see that feeling bad that everybody else died. Who wants to win like that anyways? So we have a tie. I don't know if it's the first tie, and I think it's the first tie in the Staggered Mayhem Showcase history. So GG, y'all, you're a part of history right now.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the guy who was in the race where everybody quit.
Yeah.
Oh,
This race will live on in infamy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hopefully it made entertained everybody on this nice kind of sleepy Sunday. It's raining and it's storming out where I am. I don't know what it's like in y'all's neck of the woods, but this has been a really nice kind of middle of the day pause for me. So thank you all for racing today and entertaining all of our fans at Speedrunners Arena. Anybody know if we got Zero coming in? I don't see him.
It doesn't look like it.
All right, Zero, I'm going to give you about like 1 minute here, and then I'm going to close the show. I got to go hang out with I don't have to, but I want to go hang out with my family. So Beamer, Scott, Jake, Holden, you got anything you want to say before we close the show today?
It was good fun, and even though I did end up dying, it was still a good race, and it was good fun. That's all I really have to say.
I'm kind of embarrassed that I played, honestly, but
I didn't play
it's
well
about
at
right.
the start, but then I started playing well, and I was like, dang. And then I died, and then I was like, dang.
Literally everything went wrong for me. I think, I missed Moat for like no reason. Fantine scammed me. I don't know what happened there. I should have got a 2-round, but I think I missed the super or something. And then I forgot to equip power bombs in Attic, and it was downhill.
Well, that sounds good. All right, looks like we're going to be rating Hacksaw, so I want to thank everybody for coming to Speedrunners Arena this afternoon, and I know I'll see y'all on the Discord, and I look forward to racing all of you at some point in the future. So please follow all the runners, follow me. Nope, we're not rating Hacksaw because he's no longer live, but we'll figure somebody out. Next Staggered Mayhem showcase in about 2 weeks. So I'm gonna get going, y'all. See you next mission.